Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to deep dive on the 5 critical mistakes that most metal guitarists make with their practice routines. This is stuff that I've seen over years of teaching privately in my own studio, teaching people on social media, and also in my 7-day free metal guitar bootcamp, where I dig into this stuff in a lot more detail, a lot more depth, and a lot more information. So if you'd like to sign up to my free 7-day metal guitar bootcamp, make sure you find the link in the description below. Today's video is focused on helping you avoid the common mistakes and pitfalls that people make when they're practicing the guitar, so that you can become better, you can grow, and that you don't fall into a place of being stuck with the guitar. Mistake number 1. Most metal guitarists don't know the difference between practicing and playing. Now, I see a lot of people think that whenever they pick up the guitar and they simply just put the time into playing the guitar, they're practicing. This couldn't be further from the truth. There is a massive difference between when you are actually practicing and when you are just playing the guitar. Practicing grows you, practice improves you, practice makes you uncomfortable, and it puts you up against the ropes so that you've got to fight your way out and become a better player. Playing the guitar doesn't do that. Just playing goes through the motions. You stay in a comfort zone, you repeat the same things, and you're really just maintaining what you've already got on the guitar. This is why people feel stuck and stagnant on the guitar, and why it's so easy to fall into the trap of being stuck and stagnant on the guitar. So if you're practicing, every practice session, you're actually pushing into a space of being uncomfortable. You're working on things that are growing you. You're working on things that are challenging you and aren't easy for you to play right now, but in the future, you will be able to play them if you are consistent. Now, playing has its place, especially if you're a performing musician. You need to play, you need to keep tight, you need to maintain what you've got, and make sure that when you get out there on the stage or in front of a group of people, that you can absolutely lay down what you need to lay down and perform. But we want to make sure that we're practicing before we are playing in our routine, because practice is the thing that is going to make you a better player. It is the thing that is going to give you the sense of joy, accomplishment, and fulfillment on the guitar, as well as growth. If all you are doing is staying in your comfort zone and just playing the things you know and playing what I call your comfort licks, then you aren't going to grow. You aren't going to get better at the guitar. You aren't going to improve in whatever element of the guitar you are working on, or that you wish to grow and improve on. This is why people get to the point of feeling stuck on the guitar. They are playing, not practicing. Mistake number 2, people don't work on stuff that they actually enjoy. So it's important for you to balance 2 main forces, and I talk about this with my students all the time. We want to maintain the balance between the force of challenge on the guitar and fun on the guitar. We need both. If we can combine both together, we hit the sweet spot where we're going to feel absolutely amazing about our playing, and we're going to be wanting to run home and practice after we've finished work or whatever we've got going on in our routines. You're going to keep coming back for more. You're going to feel like you're growing. You're going to feel like you've got a path laid out in front of you, that you've got structure and that you've got something to accomplish, rather than just feeling stuck and lost. So going back to mistake number 1, if you are truly practicing and not playing, you will have a sense of challenge already in your routine, which is that force. But we want to make sure we're working on stuff that is meaningful to you. I'm sure you guys have had teachers before that have thrown just different things at you that don't really resonate with you or aren't really important with where you want to go as a player and your personal goals and trajectory on the guitar. You have to be working on stuff that is meaningful for you and that is fun for you to work on and challenge yourself with. So we want to choose songs and solos and pieces and even techniques that are used in the songs that we love and by the guitarists that we love. So me, for example, I love Dimebag Darrell. So yes, I'm going to work really hard on my whammy squeals and on my legato and on my bluesy pentatonic shreddy playing. I also love Mohamed Sizemez from Necrophagus, so I'm going to work really hard on my techniques like alternate picking and sweep picking and tapping as well. And also just my sheer speed. And then I also love Alexi Laiho from Children of Bodom, who was a fantastic sweep picker and alternate picker. So I want to make sure that that stuff is really tight in my own playing because it's meaningful to me. Now, these are all great players who are going to challenge me, so we have to set our sights high. We then hit the challenge part easily, but there's also meaningful stuff for me that is fun. I love these songs. I've grown up with them, listening to them, and I want to play along with them. So it keeps me coming back to the guitar for more. And I have a deep sense of accomplishment, fulfillment, love, and joy when I actually hit my goals on the guitar. Mistake number 3, creating barriers to practicing the guitar. I see this one all the time. If you don't have a comfortable practice space that you're working in every day, which I haven't at all points in my life, or if you leave your guitars in their cases and you have to go to all of this effort to open them up, grab them, set them up, and then play them and actually practice. If you don't have your gear easily accessible, when you aren't feeling good on those days where you're tired or your motivation is waning a little bit, you are just creating barriers to your practice sessions, and you want to eliminate all of these barriers and do a little bit of an inventory on what they are and what causes friction and resistance in your own practice routines every day. Do you have a space that can accommodate you practicing every day? Or do you have to work around distractions or other people? Or maybe you're worried about annoying your neighbors. Maybe your gear's too loud for you to feel comfortable in your space. Is your chair uncomfortable? You need to figure out solutions for all of these barriers that create resistance to you getting in and getting the work done on the guitar every day. And don't give in to your excuses. This leads me to mistake number 4. People buying into their excuses and having a lack of discipline. So I'm very real with my students on this. I do not care about your excuses. You practice every day. That's the deal. That is what this thing requires. It requires commitment, discipline, and accountability. If you want to get better at the guitar and you're serious about those things, you have to develop resilience and you have to develop discipline. These are life skills that guitar will teach you. I see these life skills transfer into my students' other areas of their lives, and I love seeing the growth. It's one of the things I love about teaching the most, seeing the guitar have a positive transformational effect on my students and it creeping into other areas of their lives. Tired, doesn't matter. Get your practice done. No time. Do a time audit on yourself. Look at where you're spending or wasting your time. Change your routine to accommodate and prioritize the guitar more. Busy routine with heaps of travel, doesn't matter. Technology is so great these days, you can buy a travel guitar and a travel rig and have everything in your pockets while you practice or built away in your suitcase. Stop empowering your excuses, doubts, and BS and start empowering yourself and your goals. Mistake number 5, not being efficient with your practice time. You don't need to practice for 6 hours a day. You only need 30 minutes of serious practice, and remember, practice, not playing time, to start getting results on the guitar, to start moving the needle forward and feel like you're growing again. Now, of course, more is more. If you can practice more than that 30 minutes, absolutely fantastic. You are going to get more in return. But if you are like me and like most of my students and have busy lives with other commitments and other responsibilities, then you want to make sure that you're getting a bare minimum of 30 minutes in on the guitar every day. And yes, it has to be every day. Muscle memory responds to playing the guitar every day. If you are roller coastering and having heavy days of practice and then nothing for a couple of days, you're literally wasting your time. In my free 7-day metal guitar bootcamp, I go into these concepts and how to actually structure your practice in a lot more depth and detail. If you'd like to jump into that and have a look at the 7-day metal guitar bootcamp and get your chops back in shape for all of your favorite songs, then find the link in the description below and I'll see you in there. Okay guys, so which of the 5 mistakes have you been guilty of making in the past? I've definitely done them, but I've learned to master these concepts and become better as a player and as a person. And I teach my students the same things. It's about self-actualizing and empowering ourselves to become better versions of ourselves. If we become better versions of ourselves, we become better musicians and we have a better relationship with the guitar. And that's what the guitar will teach us and why I love this instrument. So make sure you comment below which mistakes have you made and which are you committed to fixing up in your playing. And if you'd like to jump into my free 7-day metal guitar bootcamp and get your chops back in shape to play all of your favorite songs, then find the link in the description below and I'll see you in there.